million in commissar. The same person, the same regime that claims they want to cut costs under State House alone. I mean, he claims he wants to merge, and that's a lie, it's not merging. Like Honorable Mwanga Kibumi put it clearly, Section 4 of that bill puts it clear. They want to scrap UCDA and put it under Ministry of Agriculture. But the same person knows that we have URA, but he created the Revenue Intelligence Unit and he gave it to a known thief. The same person knows that we have Ministry of Health, but under State House there is Health Monitoring Unit with a budget. The same person claiming he wants to cut costs, we have Ministry of Lands, but he created Land Monitoring, Land Protection Unit under State House. It goes on and on and on and on and on. You have IDG, but you have State House Anti-Corruption Unit. So, I mean, those things of saying they're cutting costs, it's a lie. It's a wrong excuse. But that's the Museveni that we have known all the time. And those of you that didn't know him, now that is the Museveni for you today. Our farmers, our coffee producers, have wailed, they've said, save UCDA, it's helpful. Because indeed it's helpful. Yes, our coffee is not as vibrant as it was in yesteryears. But UCDA has been very helpful. Under UCDA, you've seen that coffee farmers have been happy. They've noticed a growth in the production of coffee, in the value of coffee, on the international market, etc., etc., etc. So, why then stop something that's functioning well to reduce it to a system of things that have failed? You have seen the corruption in the Ministry of Lands, even before the current minister. I mean, the same Lands Ministry oversaw the selling of national ranches to individuals, companies, and groups. And now, that's the same ministry under which you want to place our coffee. In brief, Museveni wants to place our coffee in the hands of Rwamirama, in the hands of Tumesike, in the hands of, who is the permanent secretary? Major Chomuka. That's where Museveni wants to place your coffee. So this, in no uncertain terms, is an attack on the pockets of the coffee growers, and he knows who the coffee growers are. It is a plan to have a few people take your coffee and control you financially and economically. Also, the idea of putting a plant in Tungamo is not practical. Why? Because coffee growers are scattered all over the country. You have to tell me coffee from Bugisu has to first travel and go to Ntungamo. And what was the logic behind that? Is Ntungamo the most vibrant coffee growing district in Uganda? You know the reason why they're doing that. So, ladies and gentlemen, looking at the spirit in which this bill was brought, I can tell you it is an attack. And I mean, God is wonderful. It works in different ways. And it among, in English there's a kind of tongue slip called a Freudish slip, where you accidentally spill the beans and say out what is on your heart. In Uganda, there's a Mandwa Mandwa. In Uganda, waliwe Mandwa jebaita wanika. Ekutemba no baino myogera ngatutegedde. So, it's not very good to joke with this Uganda because they have that Mandwa. Now Anita Mom ended up spilling the beans. So, this bill, ladies and gentlemen, me, I will be crude. This bill is intended to punish the people of Uganda and the people of Bugishu and all those coffee growers for voting Museveni out. They are looking for all avenues where you earn a coin and they want to steal for it. What they have done to vanilla, what they are doing to the lakes and all the water bodies is what they want to do to the coffee. And if you don't fight back, they will succeed. You remember these people wanted to take your land by bringing an amendment to ensure that when the government, and you know the government is Museveni, that when the government wants your land, they first take it and then tell you how much they will pay you. If you didn't fight, you would have lost the land. If you don't fight this time, you're in big trouble. So this is a way of clamping down on you. It is intended to impoverish you because poor people will always be beggars. That is the intention. The coffee industry, ladies and gentlemen, here in Uganda is sustaining more than 2 million families. Did you say 2.5? Yeah, in Uganda. 12 or 2 families. Wow, not 2 hours wrong. 12 million families are surviving on coffee. And now somebody wants to take them on their knees using this bill. And if you don't fight, my friends, that's exactly what you are facing. I request you to reject it firmly. But most importantly, and this is very important, please note it, that those that are presenting that bill and those that are speaking for that bill are not innocent. They are not only expressing an opinion. No, this attack is a crime. It's a crime on you. Impoverishing people deliberately is a crime. It's supposed to be a crime. And these people speaking for that bill, for that deliberate effort to impoverish our people, they are not innocent. They are not only expressing an opinion. They are part of that project. They are part of that plan. They have a duty. Their role is just to speak. Their role is a propaganda role. You need to understand this. In every attack on a people, everyone has a role. The military has a role to brutalize you. The so-called intellectuals have a role to go on TV, put on ties, and speak a lot of intellectual dishonesty to sanitize it. So this is an attack on people which will have dire consequences if you don't fight back. And those people speaking for it should be equally culpable. They are not innocent. So treat them just like their masters, because they are serving a role. Their role is a propaganda role, and that propaganda role is very, very effective in breaking a people. Very, very sadly, some of them are paid. Not just paid, but they are paid members of that affected group of people. I'll say that again. Some of those are paid members of that affected group of people, because they know that the affected group of people will trust them and believe them easily. They're criminals too. Amongst words, ladies and gentlemen, we are not a mistake. Those are words of Museveni. Those are words of amongst friends. Those are words of amongst friends. Many of them are from here in Uganda. Have you seen them? Have you heard from them? Did you see them in parliament on that day? I'm asking, did you see them on parliament that day? Have you heard anything from them? Hopefully the first word they speak when they show up will not be Kyagulanyi tayagala Buganda yasindikiriza nani tamongo kwogera ebigambo. I hope this opens your mind. I hope this shows you that this regime attacks different groups differently. Nobody is safe. What happened in Karamoja when they took their minerals that would have transformed their lives? is exactly what happened in Busoga when they crushed the sugar cane. That is what is going to happen to Bugisu, to Buganda, and many other regions in Uganda that benefit from coffee. Coffee can come here. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to also talk about our political prisoners who are forced to take a guilty plea. These are innocent people. When I was speaking last time, I encouraged all of you to stand with them, to be kind to them, to understand them. I also want to inform you that the regime has no limits on how far it can go with this shamelessness. Now, apparently, they want to take those people to Changwanzi as soon as they come out of prison. I spoke to one of them, our sister Olivia Odaya. She knows I understand, and she knows many of you understand. She expressed her fears and told us that whatever we can do, we should help her and other friends that have not weakened